Okay, so today I'm talking about paper packaging instead of paper folding. And it's a little bit different of a video setup. We're looking at what's usually behind me in my normal videos. There's the stocking. And I'm going to go through everything from how I separate out packs of paper. And I'm on a tether, so we'll see how that works out. So I've got this stack of 500 sheets of paper that I'm going to open up and separate into stacks of 25, like I have over there. And I'm going to remember to jump over so I can see the chat. So first I'm unpacking or unwrapping this massive stack of paper, then getting rid of the packaging, and I'll shift this over as far as I can on this table. And count out 25 sheets. So this is the concentration part. I usually count in sets of 5. So there's 1 set of 5, 2 sets of 5, 3 sets of 5, 4 sets of 5, 5 sets of 5. So that's 1 stack of 25. And from there it gets a lot faster because I can grab a stack of paper, bring it over next to the stack that I've already counted, and feel whether the stacks are the same. And this is manufactured paper. This particular paper is AstroParch, not Skytone. So it feels ever so slightly different. But I can feel here that I have the same number of sheets in both stacks. And so put that over on a bigger pile. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Spot. Glad y'all could join us today, or join me. And bring it over. It's a very certain feeling when you hit 25 exactly. It's pretty clear to me whether there's 1 sheet extra or 1 sheet too few or exactly right. And this is how I get all of these paper packs in place without sitting here counting every individual sheet. So you can see this is going relatively quickly. Usually I'm listening to Christmas music. I listen to a lot of the Pentatonics Christmas albums. But really any Christmas music that I like. And often, once I get a feel for the paper, I'll be able to grab stacks that are exactly 25. Like that was 2 in a row there that I grabbed exact. Now I'm not going to keep up this streak. This one's a little bit more. Good. Gotta make sure I don't disrupt my stacks as I'm moving around here. That one's good. And so I'm always using the same reference stack that was counted out initially to go through the whole package. And whenever I start a new package, even from the same manufacturing run, I'll count out a new set of 25. Usually I'm not separating out multiple packages of the same color at the same time. Sometimes I do. But yeah, you can see that even with the faster process, it's still relatively slow. And once I get all of these set up, I'm going to show you how I get the paper for the just paper packs and the full packs into the packaging, which is really a cardboard box. One more. There we go. And I try whenever I feel uncertainty about exactly how much is 25 in a stack to add a little extra. So always err on the side of 26 instead of 24. And even though my original package was supposed to be 500 sheets, I never come to the end of a package perfectly because they weren't counting it sheet by sheet either. They were doing that by weight. And an individual sheet of paper does not weigh very much. Plus, like I said, hedging my bets a little bit with going for 26 instead of 24. I'm not gonna be perfect all the way down. So now I've separated that whole stack of 500, and I have a few sheets off to the side, which I will stick away for later. And let's do the full packs first. So I've got a box of paper that currently has two colors alternating in it, blue and white. But I'm about to run out of white. So, and actually all the white I have left is in the box. So what I'm going to do is make full packs where I have blue, white, and this new cream color, which is very close to white, but not quite. And I'm going to dip under the desk to grab a box. And you notice I checked the orientation because that's going to matter slightly later. Could always flip it around later, but easier to just hold it in one orientation. And I'm gathering all of these groups together, opening up the box, doing a little S-curve to slide it in, and then making sure it's centered and cracking the box a little to help it lay a little nicer on the ends. And then in the full pack, you also get a large hexagon template, a mini hexagon template, a bone folder, a colored pencil, and a little baggie of clips. I'm going to go ahead and package all the ones that I want to package right now, which is 5 of them. So the way I do this is I put in the large hexagon, so it's lining up right on top of the paper. I'm shoving it over as far as I can. And then the mini slots in up here, again, over the paper, shoved over as far as it can go. And these guys, I like to line up and add a little tape on top so they're not rolling around in there. And then open up and place them right next to the large hexagon and lay the tape onto the large hexagon to secure it. And then tape around the center of the pack, pinching the sides together to hold that all in place. Now, what I was checking with the orientation right at the beginning is that this part of the box that's just glued together wouldn't be over the area with the highest tension over the clips. So that's the level of detail that I go into when I'm thinking about these packages. And then I'll stash that for when an order comes in down below. So now you can see I really get into a flow with these, separating out the 2 different colors in the box, adding the 3rd for 75 sheets total. Popping those in the box. Trying to keep those corners of the paper happy. Give the box a little crack to help it puff up at the edges. Then large hex to this side, mini hex on the other side. And I buy my pencils in very large quantities, so there's always more. I'll just get out the amount I'm planning to use today. And even when I lay them out, I'm laying them at more or less the tilt that they will be laying next to the hexagon on the inside. And bam. And around. So like most of the work that I do, I will batch process making these packs. So then when an order comes in, I can just grab the existing pack and roll with it. Good morning, good morning. Here in the US, it is the morning of Election Day. And I went ahead and dropped off my mail ballot early, so I don't need to worry about standing in line today. But it's a good day to look at something calming. Yeah, do I count how many stacks I ended up with as a double check? Usually not. I sometimes double count my original stack of 25. But we can do a quick check, sanity check on that. There should be 20 stacks of 25 from each 500 pack, more or less. And we can see I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19 that I already packed away, and then there was significant leftover. So there's lots of confirmation there. I have been watching by heart. Yeah, that's a great channel. And one of the things I like to do on the topic of double counting is to lay out exactly how many large hexes, mini hexes, clips, pencils, bone folders I need at any one point in time. And then I can double check as I'm packaging that those piles are all still the same number of things. Sometimes the tape wants to be a little aggressive over the edge. We can deal with that. And There we go. These. And stick them in. So paper is one of those materials that's pretty fragile as a single sheet, but pretty robust as many sheets. And that's why I can still move pretty quickly when I'm putting those stacks into the boxes. And fun fact, the most I can fit into these boxes is 6 25 layers. So 3 just paper packs, or 150 sheets. And that really is the maximum. I don't think I could fit any more. Never tried, but I think it would do damage to the paper. But yeah, it's really convenient that on these cardboard boxes, there's overlap between these longer flaps, almost exactly the width of my tape. Very convenient indeed. Am I going to be able to fit one more under there? We shall see. And now I get to verify that I'm finishing my stacks of 5 large hexagons, 5 mini hexagons, 5 bone folders and pencils and clips. And everything else can stay off to the side. And there it goes. So those were the full packs. And yeah, that's not going to go nicely under there, so I'll just stick it off to the side here. And now I want to do some just paper packs. And for those, I want to do it in the tan that I just separated and the blue that was already there. So I'll move this box out of the way. I always have an extra piece of cardboard at the top of the box. And I'll move these guys to the stool. And let's see, I want to do 5 of these also. So I'm debating a little if I want to kind of pre-organize. I think I do. So I can recombine these stacks of paper. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And with the just paper packs, it is just paper. So I'm going to put these back on top, move these over to the stool, and start packing. And here it's 2 stacks of 25 instead of 3, so it's a bit easier to slot in. And if I had someone order 2 just paper packs, I would put 4 stacks of 25 into 1 box. So those are the only orders that I package like immediately when they come in. Just noticed there's been more chatter in the chat, which is awesome. And yeah, exactly. Getting the supplies to do the double counting instead of the fallible human is definitely preferred. And once I get these packed, I'm also going to show you how I take one of these packs and turn it into a shipment. Excuse me. So I do have one order in to be shipped out soon. And I'll take the last of these 5 and package that for shipping. And again, usually I'm rocking out to Christmas music when I'm packaging stuff up. Or other music, but mostly Christmas, because I really associate paper packs with Advent of Tess, even though I do sell them all year round. So you can see this is a pretty smooth operation with, of course, lots of moving parts, but I've gotten it down to pretty much a science. which is good because I end up shipping dozens of paper packs each Advent of Tess. And this year the shipping season is a bit more dispersed. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I listen, like, I remember this July I had some paper packs to ship out, and I was still rocking to Christmas music. Or no, it was June. But sometimes I'll change to other music that I enjoy. But mostly Christmas. Yeah, so earlier actually, I was seeing, you said that you're worrying about the packaging because in your area it's damp and rainy. Well, my area is kind of known for being damp and rainy, especially in the winter, Pittsburgh. And so that's definitely something that I take care of when I do the packaging for shipping, which we're about to see. Okay, so the order that I have in is a just paper pack. So this is the one I'll be packaging up. And what I do is I write the person's first name, in this case, Helen, on the box. And then I grab a thank you card and a sticker and stick that on there. And then I grab one of these white envelopes and slot the package into that bigger envelope. And something I'm doing special for Advent of Tess is adding in these little postcards for Advent of Tess. So when you open these up, you have 3 postcards for Advent of Tess with the QR code at the back. And on the little wrapper, I say one's for you, one's for a friend, and one's for a public place. So you can help spread the word about Advent of Tess too. And wrapping this back up. That I'm going to toss in with the package and then seal it up. And I give extra attention to the corners, so I'm not just sealing all the way across this opening. I'm also grabbing a piece of tape and wrapping around the top corners. And then the bottom side gets a full piece of tape all the way across, right at the edge and around. And then I stick the shipping label up top, but I'm not going to do that on video because that would probably be a privacy violation. So that is how I package my paper packs, whether it's Advent of Tess time or another time. And yeah, there's a lot of detail that goes into it, but also I make it go pretty quickly. So happy folding, everyone. Enjoy your paper if you're getting them. I'll make sure there's links down below to both the full pack and the just paper pack. And happy election day for everyone in the States. So see y'all later, and happy folding.